To understand my curse, you must first know of Malakor the Veiled. Our story begins at the Conclave of Arcane Deliberation, a sanctuary for those of us dedicated to the arcane arts. It was there I met Malakor, a sorcerer of uncommon talent. We were young, ambitious, bound by a shared dream of mastering magic to protect the realm. But as our powers grew, so did the rift between us. Magic flowed through Malakor effortlessly, while I had to claw for every scrap of knowledge, every whisper of power. That's how we became rivals. Many years later, I discovered the Orb of Aeonis, an ancient relic imbued with the power to bend reality itself. Its discovery was a turning point. I was fascinated by its potential. We both were. It didn't take long till Malakor found out about it, but our aspirations diverged sharply there. I argued for its sealing, to safeguard our reality from its immense power. That's what I said, at least. In truth, my curiosity was piqued. I wanted to understand it, to unlock its secrets. Malakor, on the other hand, saw it in a means to achieve ultimate power for his own dark reasons. Our clash over the Orb was inevitable.
Who won?
No one. We both lost. As Malakor and I clashed, the power unleashed was unlike anything I'd ever felt. The Orb, it could alter reality, bend the fabric of existence. Malakor sought to wield it, blinded by ambition. I realized then the danger it posed, not just to us, but to all life. In that moment, with the clash of our magics spiraling out of control, I made the only decision I could to prevent such power from being misused. With all the strength and knowledge I had acquired, I shattered the Orb of Aeonis.
What?
The explosion of energy was catastrophic. The orb fragmented, its pieces scattering across the plains. Each shard imbued with a portion of its power, and a clue to the next, as if even in destruction, it sought to be whole again.
Can anyone find them?
No. They've lost their magical power since the pieces got separated.
Is this how you ended up here in this place?
Consumed by vengeance, Malakor delved into the darkest of curses, seeking a punishment to match his hatred. The result was the Arcane Leech, a curse binding a shadow beast to my essence, draining my magic, my life, with each passing day. As the curse intensified, my flesh began to decay, exposing the stark whiteness of my bones beneath the withering skin. In desperation, I resorted to a spell I had once learned, hoping to escape the relentless decay. I transferred my soul into a suit of constructed armor, believing this would shield me from the curse's reach. However, I soon realized the grim truth. While a body may be temporal, the soul is eternal. Now, bound within this metallic shell, the Shadow Beast continues its feast, endlessly consuming my powers, my essence, my very soul, or at least what remained of it.
That's... What about Malakor? What became of him?
He probably does his best to find the pieces, but with no result.
We shall confront him and save you.
There is nothing to save. Even without a curse, I am just a barely empty shell. Nowhere to go, nowhere to return to. And besides, you are no match for him. Your powers are so limited compared to him. You wouldn't even stand a chance.
So, you can't help us? But we need... But I need...
There is one who might aid you in your quest. Someone whose knowledge of the planes surpasses even my own. She is known as the Celestial Navigator.
Who is she?
She is a being of profound power and wisdom. One who traverses the myriad planes of existence at will. Legends say she maps the unseen paths that stitch the fabric of our reality to others, guiding lost souls and seekers of truth.
Have you ever met her?
No, I've not had the privilege. The Celestial Navigator chooses when and to whom she reveals herself. Many have sought her guidance, but few have been deemed worthy. She is selective, appearing only to those she deems capable of understanding her teachings or aiding her enigmatic purposes. However, there is a place where she is said to return from time to time. A cabin hidden deep within the Heartwood Forest, not so far from here. It is a place as enigmatic as the Navigator herself, shielded by spells and secrets. Finding it is the first step to seeking her wisdom.
But that doesn't ensure we'll meet her, does it?
We have to try. It's the clearest lead we have, and I refuse to stand by when there's a chance, however slim. We're seizing this opportunity, whatever it takes.
Your courage is commendable. Your resolve and willingness to face the unknown will guide you through the Heartwood. Remember, the Navigator's wisdom is not easily sought, but to those who are persistent, the forest reveals its secrets.
Then it's settled. We'll find the cabin in the Heartwood Forest, and with it, the Celestial Navigator, and once we do, we will...
What was that?
The beast has come. You should leave now.
Sionnach, come near me. I will cast Dimension Door and get us out of this place. Thank you, Zephyros, for everything.
I will never forget your kindness. Thank you.
May the stars light your way, brave souls.
Welcome to another episode of the B&D podcast. We are here today to discuss yet again about the magical world of Dungeons & Dragons, and specifically about its otherworldly creatures, fantastic beasts, adorable critters, and last but not least, its terrifying monstrosities. From the cutest tiny squirrel to the mightiest of dragons, join us on a journey down the rabbit hole, but always remember to get proficiency in animal handling, because we hate to be the bearer of bad news. But you never know what type of vicious creature you will meet on your next adventure. So tell me, Zephy, how are you feline today? Are the dog days over yet? I swear I'll stop with the puns.
No. Please. These puns are truly awesome. And I'm positively great. Thank you for asking. As for the dog days, they might be over, but I'm still tail-waggingly happy. What about Woof?
Woof.
Woof. Okay, this episode is going to be either great or very cringe. I don't know. Well, I'm fine. Either way. What about you?
I'm great. Doing great. Everything is perfect.
Everything is perfect right now. Everything is perfect. And while everything is perfect, I want to start with our first question of this episode. It's a simple one, as always, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to ask, what is your favorite creature, beast, or animal, or even monstrosity from the world of Dungeons and Dragons, and why?
Okay, I am pretty basic when it comes to choosing creatures, I think, because I love bears.
You don't say.
Literally, I love them so much, and I do
bear
love
or a man?
bear.
A bear.
I will always choose the bear, but I also love owls. So I do want to say owl bears because they're the cutest beings in every universe. They're fearsome. And they're also cute all at the same time somehow.
Yeah.
They have this goofy big eyes and this chubby furry bums. And I don't know who came up with them, but I swear I would hug them if I ever met them. And also the fact that they're classed as monstrosities. Whoever thought of not calling them just beasts is the monstrosity here, to be honest. Monstrosities cannot be as cute.
Yeah, why to make a monstrosity with the cutest eyes and so fluffy and so cute?
So fluffy, I'm gonna die.
I personally have a thing with weird, surprising monsters like mimics. They're not so cute, I know, but I love mimics because they give you this uncertainty. They can be anything, and once you let your guard down, hello, the chair you're just sitting attempts to eat you alive. Unlike you. But apart from mimics, I also love the gelatinous cube monster because it's a fascinating monster. It is so funny, if you're not living in a fantasy world. And it also holds an element of surprise. And am I the only one who thinks that, I don't know, the gelatinous cube at least, it's kind of cute. It's very jelly and it's terrifyingly cute.
It's not.
Okay, guys, save me here. Please tell me that there is another person who thinks that gelatinous cube is kind of cute in a way.
It gives me the creeps, literally.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm going to move on to the next question after this. Just
okay.
Trauma that you caused me. I want to hear a funny speak with animals moment you have experienced in a campaign.
Speak with animals. Okay, I think that's too specific, to be honest. I can't remember having any scenes worth mentioning, at least. And I don't even usually play characters that can cast the spell anyway. So I think I'm going to pass this question. But what about you?
I think I somehow remember one, but it's not with that spell. It's with speak with plants instead.
Oh, okay.
I was playing Sionnach and we were trying to get information about someone. Don't ask me who. You're asking for too much, I swear. About their location, I think. So I used Speak with Plants and I was talking to the grass. And yes, it was before Henry Crabgrass was even conceived as an idea. So don't come at me about stealing ideas. I'm not stealing any ideas. And it wasn't even me, to be honest. I just said I want to speak with nature because I didn't know how to play a druid. It was the first time I've played and casted that spell. So the DM just said the next available plant to speak is grass. So the grass was calling her names and he was saying how silly she was. And in the end, I wasted a spell slot for literally learning nothing. And I'm pretty sure it was the first session I ever had with Sionnach, but I can't tell you more details. I don't know if you remember anything, but I don't. And I'm sure I've spoken to animals before, probably wolves or deer, because I've played many druids in my life, but I don't think I have anything memorable, to be honest, either.
I don't know. I have a vague memory of you speaking to a bear. Okay, you're going to say, okay, tell us all this time. Give me more information. I always talk with bears. And this bear was closing the road we were going, and you talked to it, and then it left.
Was it with Sionnach?
Not with Sionnach, maybe with someone else, but I don't remember.
Maybe it was Bree.
Maybe it was Bree.
Because I'm sure she had Speak with Animals as well. I'm not sure, but maybe just.
I also want to mention, what about this love and hate relationship between Sionnach and Grass? Because they also had a moment in our podcast, if you remember.
That's true. I know. It's so funny. I don't know what's wrong. Grass doesn't like me.
Grass is the BBG for Sionnach in the end. Anyway.
I've got another question for you. What would your go-to conjure animals summon during a fight be?
Oh, okay. So I remember I was playing a Druid of Stars in a D&D campaign, and I prepared the spell Conjure Animals, just in case we needed it. And we indeed needed it. So I told Zephyros that I wanted to conjure wolves or something like that. And he told me that they are animals, and I am a druid. And it doesn't make any sense for my character to do that, because as a druid, I want to protect the animals and not harm them. So I didn't use the spell. And I thought, and I still think, in case he listens to this, that, that's kind of silly, because the only classes who can use this spell are druids and rangers, who are the most attuned with nature of all the classes. And also, they're not like real animals with flesh and bones. They're face spirits. And I have prepared the spell for nothing. So, in general, I think that Conjured Animals can be such a broken spell and difficult for the DMs to handle in fight. And many players want to abuse it, especially if you are Aris. But
Aris has the other one. If you remember, Aris has the... conjure woodland beings and bring 8 pixies.
8 pixies
that all can cast silence, harm person, and I don't know what else. I don't remember.
It's the new broken combo, guys. Whatever you need, whatever broken, call Aris. He'll tell you.
Of course.
But in case you see that you cannot handle this, just ban it from the game. No one is going to be upset by one spell. There are many others your players can use against you to make you suffer the same. But as a favorite animal, I can understand that, because it really depends on what environment you find yourself in that specific moment. Though I would love to have a pack of wolves alongside me, to be fair, if I played as Zephy.
That is fair. And also I wanted to add, just because people might come for me and say nasty things. Pixies can also cast Dispel Magic, and that's why Aris was using them, not because of silence. I just want to make that right. I think every single spell that exists, people can abuse it in any way. If they're trying to be too creative, or by trying to read between the lines in a way to come up with a different interpretation that works better for their evil plan. I don't feel like it's actually a broken spell, Conjure Animals, because as we all know, according to the rules, and let us know if I'm being wrong here. If you lose concentration of the spell, you lose everything. So you can definitely negate this by keeping your focus on the person who casted the spell to trigger a concentration check for them every round. But anyway, it's fine if people want to ban things. I don't agree with it because you can definitely try and find a way to negate things as a DM. But in my case, when it comes to conjuring animals, I feel like I'm just repeating myself today. It's just bears. I always choose either one brown because obviously brown bears are stronger than the small ones, or four black bears that are
Oh.
smaller to accompany me in my shenanigans as a druid. Or I'd say maybe giant eagles so we can move a bit faster.
Okay, I like the bears, and I like the conjure animals as a spell too. So, yes, if the DM can handle, it's kind of difficult in the initiative, to be honest.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is better if you play all of them. If you have brought, 8 beasts, of challenge rating 1 to 4 or lower, I think it is kind of difficult. So you may want to play them all together. So you don't take a lot of time in the initiative order, because otherwise you'll be like, okay, I'm going to sleep
It can
now.
take forever.
It will take forever. But I have another question now, and it's an interesting one. Polymorph or wild shape? Which one do you prefer to use to turn into an animal, and why?
I swear that if you know me well enough, you already know the
Yeah.
answer.
Yes,
Yes.
but the people who listen to us, maybe they don't. So please.
They probably don't, but they probably know already that I only play druids or clerics if I'm just being spontaneous and just if I'm trying to be different for a change. So
Actually, the people
I'd
who
say
have listened all our 16 so far episodes know your answer.
and also if you've done it, thank you so much. It means so much.
It
to
means
us.
so much. Really, thank you.
Back to the question. It's great to polymorph into a great ape. Okay, it's really cool,
Oh, okay.
cinematic. You're strong and you have so many hit points, but what's the point of doing so if you don't have basically your sanity or you can't keep your mental stats? Because wild shape all the way. All
Mhm.
druids unite. Comment, share, like, subscribe. If you agree with Val, please. We should do a group chat for druids, a VIP server if you may. Anyway,
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God. I don't know if it's a
I'm
dream
sorry.
or a nightmare.
On higher levels, though, I'd say another spell that I like, not polymorph. It's called Animal Shapes. It's an amazing spell because you still keep your mental stats, but you can also turn your companions into animals too. And the best one of them all, Shape Change. It's a 9th level spell that you probably will never be able to use since it requires a 1,500 worth jade circle. It's actually unbelievable. I remember when Keyleth used it, it was epic. You can even turn into a dragon.
There are many pros and cons here. I love polymorph because it allows you to transform into a wide range of creatures, such as beasts or even dragons. And you also gain temporary hit points. And you can also transform other creatures too, such as your friends or your enemies, but you can turn one at a time. So it's not mass polymorph, or what was the spell you've said? The shape change?
Animal shapes.
Animal shapes. Yeah.
But it's only animals for that. So you can turn into something that is not an animal, classed as an animal.
Okay.
But mass polymorph, you can basically
do
turn into anything.
Yeah, anything. So mass polymorph is a great boost. But the downside is that polymorph, according to the question, polymorph is a spell and you need to keep the concentration for it. Contrary to wild shape, which doesn't need any concentration or any spell slots. And if you are a moon druid too, I mean, you are a powerful monster yourself. And as you level up, you can transform into greater things such as elementals, celestial beings, etc. So I would choose wild shape only if I play a moon druid. Otherwise, I would choose polymorph.
I'm going to say it.
I
And
know
you
you
can
don't like moon druids.
You can crucify me. You will crucify me anyway, as Taylor says.
I
So
know.
druids are overrated. But fair enough.
I honestly is one of the few things that we disagree on this. I love moon druids. They are so OP.
They are the best shapeshifters. I agree with that. But I think they're just a bit overrated, and it's basically what everyone chooses. And you forget that there are other subclasses that are really, really cool. And you can do cool
sure.
things.
Please.
But if you were a ranger, what animal would you choose as a companion?
To be honest, the answer to that changes according to my obsessions over time through animations and series, mostly. Once I was obsessed with Princess Mononoke by Ghibli Studios, so I wanted to play characters who could have a wolf as a companion. For example, Sariel, a moon druid. Then I found an animated movie called Quest for Camelot, which I used to watch as a kid, and it was one of my favorite movies, and I still sing the songs. So I wanted to have a falcon, and I did have a falcon. Do you remember your campaign? A campaign once you once started a campaign we've played together, and I
Did I?
played a blind monk, if you remember.
I think I do. And you had tremor sense, and everyone
Yes,
was upset with me that
yes.
I let that happen. Yeah.
And I had a falcon. And okay, we didn't keep going with the campaign because I
Yeah,
don't know.
life.
Anyway, later on I was watching Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and I wanted to have a phoenix. So my DM gave me a pseudo phoenix called Finn. Again, from the Harry Potter universe, I wanted a griffin. And Dorothy, my human fighter, indeed was riding a griffin named Spirit Breaker. And now, if I've decided to play a ranger, I would create a halfling or a gnome with a corgi. Not because of a movie, I swear. Even though I watched Hachiko yesterday and I was crying my balls out.
I would too. Corgis are adorable, so I can't argue with you on this. But I want to say that Spirit Breaker, I miss you.
Yeah, he was amazing. He was a
Magnificent.
Spirit Breaker. And I love the name. I love the name. They were amazing together.
So many R's together.
Yes.
R's.
But corgis are so cute, and they have this little heart bat that I love, and they're moving it around, and they're so awesome. And I want this in a D&D campaign.
Well, you can have it next time I'm DMing.
Thank you. I note it
Never.
down. You guys, you heard her. You heard her. She can say
It'll
otherwise.
never happen again. I'm not playing with the group that we used to play ever again. I'm not doing that ever again. That was just a mistake.
We can't keep going with this group. We can't.
No.
We'll play for around 1 or 2 sessions, and then it will be over.
Anyway, for me though, if I was playing a ranger, so if I ever played a ranger again, because obviously I've played before, but I've never played a ranger with a companion, I would probably choose a dog as well.
Yeah.
Maybe a collie or a shepherd's dog. In general, a dog that likes to hunt. It just makes so much sense, you know. I came to the realization of how much I love dogs now after years of being a cat lady. And if I'm not able to choose a dog, I'd probably go for a wolf maybe because it's the next equivalent of a primal hunter.
Yeah.
But anyway, enough with my mumbling about dogs. Tell me, as a wizard, which is your go-to familiar?
We were talking about dogs. Now I'm going to talk about cats. Because as a wizard, I would definitely choose a cat. They have perception, they have stealth, they are cute, they are flexible, they are OP rogues, and honestly, I love cats. And if previous lives do exist, then I was a cat myself in my previous one.
Probably.
100%. Yes. Yes, I was a cat. Maybe I am a cat who polymorphed into this human form at some point. And I like this concept. Maybe I can do a character with it.
You'd probably be like Blight, a rogue ninja cat.
Yes. You know, if I was a wizard, Blight would be my familiar.
Familiar.
I would say, Val, can I use Blight for my familiar in this campaign? And then I'll return her to you. I swear.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll send her over. I'm not sure about me, to be honest, because I've only played a necromancy wizard, and of
Oh,
course
yeah.
my familiar was a zombie raven, edgelord much.
I remember
Uh,
this one shot.
yeah, same. I want to forget though. So I'd say raven maybe. And as you already know, I have told this story before in an earlier episode, and obviously if you've listened to all of them, and again, thank you very much for that. I've talked about Willow and Bonnie, the Bonnie
Oh, I
owl,
remember that.
her newly acquired pet. So I guess I would choose a raven instead and name him Bonnie in his honor. He didn't leave, he didn't live or whatever he was doing, considering he was dead anyway. But I love to have him as my familiar. I will never, ever forget what your character did to Willow Kay. I'm coming for you.
Poor
No,
Kay.
Willow will never. Anyway, how do you typically strategize using beasts in combat or exploration? Any specific tactics or tips for new players?
I'm not a DM, but I guess for strategy at least, it is crucial to understand the strengths and weaknesses of the beast you're using. As for tactical positioning, I don't know, use your beast's mobility to your advantage. A creature with high movement speed or flight can easily flank enemies, escape dangerous situations, or control the battlefield by occupying key positions. Now, if the beast is on your side and you want it to have a supportive role, then it can provide flanking bonuses, help with, I don't know, crowd control, or act as a distraction while your teammates set up powerful attacks. All in all, you need to coordinate with your party members because, as we always say, communication is key.
Communication is definitely key, as I said. Make sure you are able to communicate with your companions, as you said, and your familiar or beast. As you said, flanking is the most important, to be honest, and making sure you know the stats of every beast you choose to conjure or you choose to have by your side. The DM, I'm going to repeat that, the DM is not responsible for them. So do
True.
your homework before you decide this is what you want. I talk from experience, not as a DM. I was the one who didn't do my homework. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to every DM I had when I started playing Druids. I had no idea.
But she is an example you should avoid.
Yes, please. And now I'm a good kiddo. I have screenshots of all the creatures I'm usually using, just in case I need them, their CR, and everything I need to remember. So choosing a beast, like a wolf, for example, they have their pack tactics, so better use them. Or the fact they can knock prone someone is extremely important to remember. So strategizing is huge when it comes to deciding you want to have an animal companion. And also make sure to heal them so they won't die. And also feed them, please.
Feed them. Don't forget to feed them. True.
I think this episode is bringing out the beast in me.
You're doing great. Keep going.
Yeah. I was meaning to ask you, is there a particular piece of lore about a beast in D&D that you find fascinating or surprising?
I'd say all bears are so fascinating. You've already mentioned them. But according to D&D lore, the Olber is believed to be the creation of a deranged wizard who sought to combine the ferocity of a bear with the keen senses and deadly talons of an owl. And this experiment was likely carried out through magical means, blending the two creatures into one beast. Some stories suggest that the wizard who created the Olber lost control of his creation, leading to his demise at the close of his own invention. Serves him right, to be honest. And this story, it gives meaning, but still Olbers, even though they are dangerous. And yeah, no, who am I kidding? They're not terrifying. They're so cute. As we've said, you just want to cuddle with them. And it was a bad thing for the wizard to do this, but at least now we have such a cute and inspiring beast among us.
As I said earlier, I will not accept this. Owlbears are not monstrosities to me. They're cute balls of fur, and I love them. And I think you chose the right answer for this, Effie. I didn't know about this, because I totally agree with what happened to the wizard. was right.
Yeah.
This one is basically one of the best reputation coded comebacks. So good on you, Albert, for killing your creator. He deserved it.
We'll
Sounded
tell-
like a Frankenstein kind
Yeah,
of story.
exactly. We'll tell Taylor Swift to write a song about this.
Albers.
On Reputation TV, for the Reputation TV.
For the re-recording. It's coming. I have another question though. Have you ever used magic items specifically designed for beasts or animal companions? And which ones? And how did they enhance the gameplay?
I can say I've used magic items specifically designed for beasts or animal companions myself, except for armor, of course. But I do recall and love a notable example from Critical Role, because for those
critical.
critical. The adventure. Okay. I stop. Stop. For those who don't know, Vexalia, who is a ranger and is played by the divine Laura Bailey, has a magical item called the Raven Slumber. And this item allows her to recall her bear companion, Trinket, into a small figurine, essentially providing a portable, safe space for him. And if I ever play a ranger, this item is something I would like to have. Val.
What can I do? What can I do for you?
You told me that you would give me a corgi.
Yeah.
So now I want a corgi
okay.
and the Raven Slumber.
Okay, that's fine. Let's find a group.
Yeah, first. And
Leave
then
a
we'll talk
comment
about
if you want to be part of this new group.
Please. So I would discuss it with my DM, because transporting a large animal can be very challenging. In crowded cities, for example, having a bear with you can be pretty impractical. Unbearable. And the Raven Slumber solves this by allowing you to carry your companion freely, making movement and travel more streamlined for the party. And also you can protect them from any harm. So it's a double win. What about you?
To be fair, what you've described about the Raven Slumber, I think that sounds seriously like a case of Matt knowing Laura so well, and because he was certain she would accidentally kill Trinket and then she'd be upset with him forever, he just created this item for her. And I would have done the same, to be honest.
Me too. That's why you need to give it to me when we play.
If we play, and yeah, I will. I do get it. I would probably create something similar, because remember what happened to Sprinkle?
Oh my God.
So yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah. She forgot about Sprinkle so many times.
She died from acid, poison, drowning, starvation.
Help it again.
Help it again. Well, my idea of an item, because I've never had one, but if I could create one, it would probably be something thematic, because I love anything thematic. So I'd say maybe a matching armor. So me and my baby dog are wearing the same colors and the same armor as a ranger and my companion. Pet wear for combat and casual adventuring, or formal matching attire, maybe with logos and everything on them. Sometimes I'm really clever. Patent pending for the matching outfits, please.
Okay, fair enough.
Moving on to the next question, though. What is your favorite beast to transform into, and why?
I'd love to be a displacer beast. Yes, because they remind me of panthers on steroids. And they are six-legged with tentacle-like additions sprouting from their shoulders, and they have sleek black fur and glowing green eyes, and their ability is to create an illusion that makes them appear displaced from their true position. And they're pretty cool. And they also possess natural resistance to magic, making them even more formidable opponents for spellcasters. And I would love to say something that reminds me of a fox, which I love, but I don't have a beast in mind, to be honest, right now. And that is close to that, at least an official one. So once again, I'll stick with a big cat.
I can see why you chose it, to be honest.
You cats, let's unite. We'll make our own Discord call. The druids and the cats.
Well, for me, I think in Baldur's Gate 3, I definitely say owlbear. I loved turning into an owlbear. But as I already said, I'm predictable. I'm sorry about this, but this girl knows what she likes and she sticks with him. Okay, so
Okay.
in
I smell
combat,
bears.
yeah, in combat, they are go for brown bears when I play a druid in D&D. The mighty multi-attack, clawing, biting, screaming, crying, perfect storm. And I think I turn feral every time I wild shape into a bear, I swear. Everyone says so. It's like nature's calling for a reason. Maybe I was
Yeah.
a bear in a past life. Even though I don't like eating fish from a pond. I don't know. They're majestic creatures. And I remember I visited a sanctuary when I lived in Greece. They had wolves and bears there. And the moment I saw the baby bear cubs, I barely died. I bought this small trinket that looks like a bear from there, and I've been using it ever since as a mini for my campaigns. My
Aw.
kids in the library know that when I bring that mini out, things are going to go south real quick because we don't have as many minis of big creatures or enemies, so I have to use the bear and ask them to picture in their head that it's actually a giant or a wolf or something.
Ah, I remember that back in the old days when we didn't have miniatures or something, and we were like, "You see a dragon? Okay, how big is the dragon?" He's like,
This
this
bottle.
this glass," and we were like, "Oh, this glass? What? Oh my God, that's the most amazing dragon I have ever seen in my life."
Imagination.
It's so real. Yeah, imagination. It's free.
It is.
So use it, guys, use it. But I have another question. Have you ever created your own beast or modified an existing one for your campaign? What was it and how did it affect the game?
Okay, hear me out. I never created one or modified one. Not that I can remember of, basically, but there's only one answer to this question, and you know for a fact that if I had the opportunity to create a homebrew animal or beast, my inspiration would come from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Mm.
Because who wouldn't want to have a flying bison as a companion? Yeep yeep. Yeep yeep. It does sound a bit broken, to be honest, to have a flying creature in general as your companion, but it would definitely help so much to have someone like Appa flying you around. Also, they would give you the best cuddles. You'd sleep on them during the night and you never feel the cold because of their fur. They'd be brave to fight next to you and you would never feel alone ever again. Who's with me?
And we would kill anyone who would try to harm them.
Yes.
Even if we were, lawful good alignment. We go
I
full
really
chaotic evil. Don't
chaotic
touch a
evil.
fair. Anyway, I mean, to that suggestion, yip yip, yip
Beep,
yip,
beep.
always yip yip. I'll say something similar to Momo, to be
Oh,
honest, but not exactly. Recently, I came across a delightful creature on Pinterest called a moth cat.
whoa.
Okay, again with the cats. Yeah, I have an issue. It's a tiny beast that looks like a whimsical cross between a moth and a kitten. The moth cat
Oh.
has these cute little wings of a moth and the beautiful features of a cat, plus a fluffy tail. I love a fluffy tail. And it's about the size of a small bird and flutters around. So, yeah, I love that one. That was a great, great tiny
Sounds really
beast.
cute.
Yes, and it is a cat, so of course it's cute. So I think it is a good time to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
And one more question before we close. What did you think about today's episode?
It was great. I loved it.
I loved it too. And since we're talking about this, we both want to thank once again Jamie, who lent his voice for Zephyros, for the wizard Zephyros. He did such an amazing, amazing job. And he gave us so much inspiration.
Thank you so much, Jamie.
Maybe we'll see him again. You never
Hopefully.
know how the script will go on, how the story will go on.
Is he dead? Is he alive? We'll see.
Who knows? Who
Stay
knows?
tuned.
Stay tuned for more. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed our little conversation with our little or not so little, furry or not so furry friends. And we'll see you next time Until then, may all your rolls be a natural 20. Bye!
Bye.